Hello, I'm Yogscast and welcome back to another commentary style video. So I've been playing Minecraft for 7 years now, and a lot of you watching this video have probably been playing for even longer than that. You've seen the rise of Minecraft from a beta game to a full game, to a pretty big full game, to the second best selling game of all time. You've seen that rise and you kind of understand the history that comes with it. However, most people who have picked up a Minecraft copy have done so over the past few years. Most of Minecraft sales have been done during that time, and these people kind of just understand Minecraft as always being a huge game. However, today I wanted to talk about a story that happened early on that kind of shows the amateurism both of Minecraft and of the newly found Minecraft YouTuber scene at the time, because this is the time that Yogscast demanded money from Notch, and I decided to make this video just because of how frequently this story is mistold and mixed up and everything. So here is the story with the evidence, the proof, etc. into one of Minecraft's earliest dramas, I guess, between literally the creator of the game, Notch, and one of the biggest YouTubers at the time, not just in the Minecraft space, not just in the gaming space, but on YouTube as a whole. The Blue Zephos channel really blew up, and it kind of led to this whole thing. So let's tell the full story, and the best way to do that is to rewind back to the early 2010s. So Minecraft was a game at that point which was a breakaway hit. It was growing and expanding at every single, opportunity. It just got bigger and bigger and bigger. It started selling at like $10, then it was $15, then it was $20, and the game started making more and more money, getting more and more sales and more attention, and this became a huge thing for the game itself, but also became a huge thing for channels like CNanas and Yogscast, and so many more YouTubers had their entire careers kind of lifted hugely based on the Minecraft wave. They made Minecraft videos, then Minecraft got big, and it kind of was a synergistic effect where there was a huge Minecraft YouTube community at the same time that Minecraft was growing hugely, which meant that Minecraft went from being a tiny indie game to like cult status and being a whole studio. Mojang started employing more and more people, and these YouTubers went from being people who did something for a hobby to being kind of major celebrities, people everyone would recognize in the gaming space, and that is key background because the stage set for this event is Minecon 2011, which was of course the first ever Minecraft convention that was an actual convention as opposed to a meetup, and it was also being held in Las Vegas. So the game had gone huge, they decided to hold a Minecraft convention, and they did it in Las Vegas, America, a city which is known for many things, and modesty is not one of those, and because of Minecraft's success, it wasn't meant to be like a profit-making event. It was something that Notch had even publicly said on Twitter would be a loss-making event. They wouldn't be making money on this thing. It was just a way to kind of give back to the community who wanted to go there and meet up. So this was a huge event because it was the first Minecon, it was the first time they gave out capes, and it was also when they decided to release Minecraft officially for the first time. It went from being a alpha or a beta game to being the full release. The 1.0 update was released in this way right here. Let me just play the clip.
Wait, hold on. Where are you going? Where are you going to? We're back? Okay. Notch is going to officially release Minecraft. Are you ready for the official release of Minecraft?
Because depending on how you feel, you either find this the most adorable thing in the world or the most cringy thing you've ever watched, but that was the kind of like level of indiness Minecraft still was back in 2011. You can recognize some of the staff, but it's changed a lot because, as it turns out, 2011 was 7 years ago. Who would have figured? Time passes in a linear fashion. But yeah, one of the big things that happened at this event is it all went down. It was a fun time, everyone liked it, but then after the event, what happened was Notch started tweeting out and he said, "I'm very sorry about the behavior of people we won't work with anymore. Celebrity or not, you don't F-bomb kids." And that was just a vague statement, like an indirect, but then he follows up with someone who replied to him by saying, "Yes, the Yogscast." He confirmed that not only was he very staunchly against the behavior of the Yogscast, but he also accused them of saying the F-bomb to kids, but then crazy enough as he followed this up with another, kind of set of, tweets saying that the Yogscast repeatedly insulted people, talked behind their backs, refused to cooperate, and acted like total spoiled divas non-stop. They called us a bunch of nerds who don't know how to run a company, and demanded that we pay them to come here. Nobody else got paid. And this is a very serious set of allegations that at the time, kind of went wild. It kind of split the community in two, like, do you like the YouTubers or do you like the developers? And it caused this huge rift you can see all over the place, which got a lot of people invested in this drama, got a lot of people to respond to it. It's like the OG Minecraft drama or whatever. But the interesting thing is that because the two sides kind of like have their own huge stories, you'll often hear all over the place that Yogscast demand that Notch pay them money for making Minecraft popular. That's not actually something anyone's ever accused them of. In fact, what they actually asked for was they wanted money to show up the convention because they bought tickets like everyone else. Even though they featured in the show, even though they did everything else, they weren't paid or they weren't even compensated with a hotel or tickets or anything to come to the event. This is something that modern day conventions of every type do this with celebrity or YouTubers or whoever else. They pay them to come out, or at the very least they pay expenses for travel, as well as, of course, they don't demand pay for a ticket. However, this was their first convention. They didn't do such a thing. And yeah, this was a really big accusation at first. It was never officially responded to from Yogscast, so all we actually have is the kind of like people who work behind the scenes that explained a bit more. So we had something that was from the handlers of Yogscast at Minecon, and this was a pretty good, balanced, measured response in my opinion, because the Yogscast team didn't appreciate the gesture that was given to them to be invited to a special panel at Minecon. They treated it with almost indifference. They acted like it was Mojang who should be appreciative of them gracing Minecon with their presence. Notch may have blamed the fallout between Mojang and Yogscast on an F-bomb in front of kids, but I think it was more than that. I think that Yogscast weren't what they were hoping them to be. Mojang should probably have reviewed what Yogscast was going to be like more than they did, but Minecon had many issues like that. It wasn't perfect, and it was a bit sloppy, but I don't think Mojang should suffer all the blame for issues with the Yogscast. And yeah, long story short, there was kind of two sides in this whole thing, but the long story short seems to be that they're both, this is their first time doing anything of this sort, and the true area seems to always be in the middle of this sort of thing. There's her side, there's his side, then there's the real side, and in this case, as you dive into it more and more, because the Yogscast never responded, it was just Notch's allegations that were eventually deleted. Again, everything to do with this got deleted. That's why it's so hard to find out about. All of Notch's original tweets, they're all gone. Even this Reddit post, every single part of it was deleted eventually. However, the things that do remain and the archives we have off said tweets and off said accusations and the responses to them kind of to me implies a simple misunderstanding. Like the whole talking about people behind their backs accusation, that seems like a almost paranoid accusation that like, oh yeah, they heard the Yogscast said something negative about them that was probably a joke. Again, that seems to be the unbalanced response of like, oh yeah, British humor doesn't translate so well to Swedish company, and like they're doing it in America in a high pressure environment. You can see how that gets mixed up. You can see how the basic request to be like, hey, could we be paid to be here, like kind of jokingly, does get seen on the other side of that as like, man, they wanted money just to be here, what jerks, because there is a big question that still is kind of unresolved when it comes to Minecraft in regards to like, okay, should Minecraft be grateful to YouTubers? Because Minecraft is the first game which really took off mostly because of YouTubers. It's a game which requires the marketing from YouTube, I would say, in large part. Or should YouTubers be grateful that Minecraft made an amazing game for making videos in this case that allowed so many channels to blow up? The channels wouldn't have done great without Minecraft, and Minecraft wouldn't have done so great if it wasn't so featured on YouTube. Like, YouTube is the world's largest entertainment platform and the world's second largest search engine. Like, you really need to work out the duality as to like who is responsible, who owes each other more. And the answer right now, I think, is still being tussled up internally at Mojang as to like, what, should we like YouTubers, or are they just enjoying our content and making money for free? And I think every video game company can make that big argument. It's just that Minecraft has the biggest form of it that still is unanswered right now, let alone in 2011. And that's where the big money side of things come from. Whereas when you look at the rest of the things, such as talking behind their back, or saying the F-bomb to kids, there was even the story that a kid wanting something signed and they crossed out Notch's signature to write it there instead. You can see how this could be misinterpreted. And I'll just actually leave it to a comment from Total Biscuit, if you believe it, from 6 years ago. He got involved in this very Minecraft drama just to explain what he thought of it, because his response to that very message was welcome to Yogscast humor, and more to the point, British humor. The easily offended need not to apply. How old was the kid? The Yogscast demographic is quite young anyway, and there is plenty of harsh language in their videos, not to mention that they would hear much worse on the playground. This sounds like a joke, not a particularly good one, but a joke nonetheless, and not worth getting in a tizzy over, which is a beautifully British response in my opinion. I thought it was pretty funny, and again, just rest in peace Total Biscuit, I guess, has to be thrown in here as well, because again, that's it's weird finding this while just diving into Minecraft drama from many years ago. But I think the end result of this, because I spent a long time diving into this just to make sure I could find, again, the now deleted post, just to find what the true answer to this big piece of like YouTube drama you still hear about vaguely today, like, oh, I heard they demanded money for them. And it's interesting finding the story is kind of somewhere down the middle. And I think actually that it made me realize something, because I don't make drama videos on this channel. I don't think I'd do a very good job if I made regular videos talking about the latest and greatest in Minecraft drama or YouTube drama as a whole. I think YouTube drama is actually one of the things that drags YouTube back as a platform, if I'm being entirely honest. However, if you look into drama and you try and find what actually happened, it's usually one of two things. Either it turns out the whole thing was kind of fake from the beginning, or they're deliberately trying to make some drama to hype something they're both doing together, whether it be a collab or maybe just some form of cross promotion. Nowadays, the best way to cross promote is to apparently go to a war with someone, make a drama. This is why, for instance, whenever there's a YouTube boxing match, funnily enough, a couple of weeks before it, some big event happens where it seems like there's big beef between them, but 5 months out from a boxing match, wow, they don't don't get into drama anymore. Funny how that works. But when you look into actual drama, things where both sides are actually unhappy, where it's still kind of unresolved, honestly, the actual story always seems to be somewhere in between. Most human conflict seems to happen where, like, someone misinterprets the other person's side, so they do something a bit off balance, someone misinterprets that, and it kind of escalates, and maybe that's just a useful reminder, because I honestly do think that most situations that happen in real life that have, you know, this drama tag attached, you know how people are like, oh, I hate drama so much, but always get involved with it, it's because, like, you don't think you're doing something wrong, they don't think they're doing something wrong, you just say something, they misinterpret it, so they escalate, and then you escalate, and so on and so forth, until you realize, like, how little a misunderstanding it was, but you never do get to that point. You just think about the thing they're doing, you make them a villain in your head, but the truth is it rarely is the case. Whenever there is two sides of an issue, the real side is probably somewhere down the middle, because most humans don't disagree on major events that they were involved in, unless something like this happens. So maybe that's the valuable thing to learn from this. I just wanted to share my findings because I love diving into the history of Minecraft, because it was such a smaller game with a more real and more tight-knit community. Like, everyone, you know, kind of knew each other a bit more, and part of that is because everyone was making videos that had the same general premise of, like, oh, let's play the game and share the things within it, as opposed to, like, what if we use the game as a way to fake videos of this weird Spanish-speaking green monster that apparently has a name or whatever, or like, oh, it's like this song, or oh, there's The Incredibles but in Minecraft. There's so many things that use Minecraft just as a part, you know, like a thing to latch onto that aren't really Minecraft videos, but there are still people who make Minecraft videos. I'm one of them, and there are many others that if you are feeling yourself like, yeah, actually that does describe it, they're still out there, you can find them, and if there's one message you can leave this video with, I guess it would just be like, just remember, most people are reasonable most of the time, and that maybe helps you understand the world a bit better. Or maybe it doesn't, maybe you hate everyone. If so, make sure you like this video because it helps out the channel a lot, and it's the best way of saying that you dislike the rest of YouTube. That's right, you know, if you like this video, it's by extension saying that every other video that isn't this one sucks, and that's your best way to get back at the world. Otherwise, you can subscribe to this channel because that, you know, I don't know why I'm trying to justify this. You can turn notifications if you want to see more videos about the history of Minecraft. I hope you all did enjoy this video. Let me know if you want to see more of the weird stories from Minecraft's past, because I do want to dive into some more of those, because there's so many just weird things that come from Notch and his interaction with, you know, the Minecraft community over the years. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.